In the Heart Sutra, the Buddha has said that whatever is form is emptiness, and whatever is emptiness is form. This statement baffled science until science was able to penetrate the heart of the matter, and what it discovered testified to the truth of Buddhas. And this made possible the meeting between the Buddha and science. And for every conscious human being, this meeting has tremendous value because it has opened a new world before us. A new potential, a new possibility has emerged. This meeting is going to have a far-reaching effect on spiritualism, on science, and on humanity. Therefore, it calls for celebration. The Buddha said that form is nothingness, it is empty. But it is hard to believe because we see forms. You can see the walls of your house, your mobile phones, your bike, your car. These all are forms and they are there. You can see them. Then how can they be empty? What is Buddha trying to say? Partly it could be understood when somebody dies, the whole world looks like a dream. Jagat Sapna, the world appears to be a dream because everything appears to be disappearing. But then this whole thought becomes a bit philosophical. And because the moment of death does not come every day, because one dies only once, so it is hard to visualize it. And until it actually happens, few people can ever imagine this way. But somehow the truth of emptiness, truth of Maya, can be understood through this dream analogy. Even Shankaracharya also said that the world is Maya, illusion. But for us it is very hard to understand because we see it is there. What are they trying to say? What they are trying to say now can be comprehended through science. As science penetrated into the heart of the matter, it discovered that matter is empty. Adam Frank, a physicist, says that the concrete solid world is an illusion. He says it is a big fat lie. And there is Professor Brian Cox, who says that the subatomic world is 99.13 times 9 empty. It is so empty. And Professor Jim Al-Khalili, he says that if we sucked out all the empty space of whole humanity, the size of the whole humanity would be not bigger than an apple. These statements, these discoveries show that the matter is largely empty. And this is about the inside of the matter, the inner space. And what about the outer space? Outer space too is empty. It is frustratingly empty. The distance between the sun and the nearest star in the Milky Way is 80,000 light years. It will take 80,000 years for us to reach there when we travel at the speed of light, that is 3 lakh kilometers per second. And that is the nearest star. If we have to step out of this Milky Way and reach our neighboring galaxy, Andromeda, it will take 25 lakh years to reach there at the speed of light. And what is between these two stars, the sun and the nearest neighbor? It is so vast, dark, empty space. But we always believed, because the solid matter appears to us very concrete, it must have some substance in it. But even that is a lie now. Because I recall Professor Cox, that subatomic world is 99.13 times 9 empty. This gives us some clue about what Buddha tried to convey to us, that form is emptiness. And I believe if we further penetrate the subatomic particles and reach in the subatomic world, the proportion of emptiness will be the same. This is what is illusion, that what appears to us is not. Even matter is not. It is not solid at all. And why does it appear to be solid to us? Frank asks a simple question. If it is so empty, why don't we fall through the chair we are sitting on? And he explains that the space between the nucleus and electrons is this much empty, but there is a rapid fire exchange of photons between nucleus and electrons, and this exchange fills the space between the nucleus and electrons. And this filling of this space creates the illusion that there is no space. Now we can understand it this way. It is a wonderful example given by Osho. Just turn on electric fan and see, the faster its speed, the greater it appears to be more like a disc. When it is off, it has blades, and there is empty space between these blades. But as soon as it starts, that empty space appears to be filled. It appears solid. This is how the speed creates the illusion of concreteness, of solidity. Now, let us take this example a bit further. For a moment, when the fan is on, just look at it. It is there, the speed is there, it looks like a disc. But if you stare at it constantly, it will look like static. It is in motion, but at the same time, it will look very static. And the faster the speed, the more static it looks. The same follows inside the matter. The faster the exchange of these particles, photons, the more static it looks. There is another example. Just imagine a car moving at a very fast speed in a circular path. You are at the center observing this car. Now fix your gaze at a particular point, and the faster the speed, the more static the car appears. Because before you could perceive the space will be immediately filled by the car. So if you keep looking at one point, the car will be moving at such a speed that again and again and again it will be taking rounds again. It will pass in front of you, and before you can perceive that there is empty space, it will again be there. It will again be there. So this is a paradox, that the faster the speed, the more static it looks. This in a way explains why what we see as form appears to be form, but it is not. The idea that matter is everything, is crumbling now. But it is not bad news, because it has opened doors to another world, a new kind of reality. The first thing is that matter is made of energy, which Einstein proved theoretically, and which was always perceived by the seers, by the meditators all along. But it was Einstein who brought it to the level of physics, who tried to capture this energy phenomenon in terms of formulae, and eventually it was proven experimentally as well. So energy underpins everything, and this is where we can somehow understand what Buddha means to say, that form is emptiness. But this is not enough. Science has come to this level, but it has to go beyond it. Eventually, it is consciousness that creates the illusion of energy. Even this energy is an illusion. The way matter once appeared to be so solid, but proved to be illusory. Likewise, science will discover one day that even there is nothing like energy. It is just consciousness. That is the basis, that is the source of every form of energy.